How strong is Saitama, also known as One Punch Man? The story follows a man who obtained the power of a god. The power is so much so that he ends his fights in just one punch. No matter how strong the opponent is, all it takes is just one punch to end it. Saitama wanted to become a hero and stand up for the weak. So one day he decided to train and become the strongest there is. Saitama by training was able to break his limiter by following this impossible training regimen. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every single day for 3 years straight. As a result, the limit that was put on every being by God was broken, allowing Saitama's strength to grow with no end, or you can say limitlessly. A limit by definition is a boundary or restriction that cannot be surpassed. In One Punch Man, however, it's a theoretical barrier that restricts the physical growth and strength of beings imposed upon them by God. God made a growth limitation on every living being, no matter how advanced, strong, or smart it is. God made this limitation for everyone so no one ever loses their purpose. Beings who reach their limit cannot get any stronger no matter how hard they try. However, Saitama breaks through his limiter, resulting him in achieving infinite potential, or in other words, the ability to grow exponentially with no end. The threats in this universe have total of 4 categories: tiger, demon, dragon, and god. God-level threats are significantly more dangerous than even dragons. These threats are exceedingly rare and pose a danger to the entirety of mankind. Saitama is capable of defeating dragon-level monsters such as Deep Sea King, who can easily take down multiple S-class heroes with no difficulty. But Saitama, however, finishes, and you guessed it, in just a single punch, which changes even the weather. Saitama scales above characters like Orochi, Ocean Water, Elder Centipede, who all have multi-continental to small planetary level scales. Saitama even scales above characters like Tatsumaki, who in her fatigue state was more than enough to overpower Psycho Orochi. The same Psycho Orochi who scales above all of the previously mentioned characters, which would put Tatsumaki at planetary level. But that's not all. Saitama scales above even Garou, who I explained in NY Boros scales that he scales to planetary as well, who Saitama one-shotted with a normal punch. But this is not even close to what I'm about to show you all next, because there is another being from another galaxy who is also bored for being too strong in search for a worthy challenge. He asks a seer to see his future. The seer tells him his prophesied opponent, so in response he set course to Earth where his opponent is foretold. This being is none other than Lord Boros, the dominator of the universe. Boros is the first ever opponent of Saitama that survives his punch and then goes on to give Saitama an actual fight, as confirmed in the One Punch Man encyclopedia. Boros is the first ever opponent that manages to damage Saitama on his casual self, something no one has done before. Boros then goes on to power even more and goes meteoric burst, in which he even surprises Saitama with his insane speed, and sends him flying to the moon at the speed of light. Saitama, after returning from the moon, finally decides to use his true power, which obliterate meteoric burst Boros, who is far more powerful than his released form. Boros decides to use his trump card collapsing star roaring cannon, which is stated to be capable of destroying a star. Saitama in response uses his serious punch, completely overpowering Boros' collapsing star roaring cannon, and defeating Boros, a god-level threat, with his strongest one punch. But there is another god-level threat that even surpasses Boros. His name is Cosmic Garou. Cosmic Garou scales above Lord Boros, who can destroy a star. And not just that, Cosmic Garou can even copy his opponent's abilities, such as blasts, gravity knuckles, subspace gates, and Saitama's serious punch. The same punch, which is stated to be on a whole other level of power and is Saitama's strongest move, also known as his trump card, which he only used once, and that was against Lord Boros. Using it again against Cosmic Garou, which in response Cosmic Garou throws his own copied version of Serious Punch. This punch results in a squared punch, which creates a multi-galaxy level of power. How? It's very simple, actually. Just take the amount of joules required to destroy a star and square it. But I want to make one thing clear, that Saitama and Garou do not scale to this punch, as it's a squared punch. It will be like saying 5 plus 5 is 25, which is stupid. Saitama and Cosmic Garou, and goes on to fight on one of the moon of Jupiter. Saitama, who says that he finally found a worthy opponent but doesn't feel excited, He then stated that he'll go all out against Cosmic Garou. Saitama, after using his serious table flip, was punching around Cosmic Garou at faster than light plus speeds. And in response, Cosmic Garou states he'll copy Saitama until he surpasses him. Saitama and Cosmic Garou kept fighting and got stronger and faster, with each punches growing in speed to massively faster than light speeds, until Saitama started to overwhelm Cosmic Garou, and then it was finally shown how Saitama's strength actually works. Saitama with each punch got stronger. Even though it's not confirmed how much he gets stronger, we can assume he gets 1.5 times stronger. Now you may ask, why 1.5 specifically? Well, I use these domination multipliers, which are times 1.25, times 1.5, times 1.75, then times 2. Now some of the One Punch Man fans will ask, why 1.5 then not 1.75 or times 2? It's because, to put it simply, Saitama and Cosmic Garou were still relatively close in strength, which is either times 1.25 or times 1.5. Now that's out of the way, let's go back to the scaling. Saitama, who started to grow in strength after Cosmic Garou started to copy Saitama, got at least hit 18 times. If we multiply 5.693 tridecillion, well, technically, it has 41 zeros rather than 42, which what a tridecillion is. But anyway, if we multiply 5.693 tridecillion by 1.518 times, we'll get 328.069 tridecillion, which will make Saitama large star level. After Saitama completely overwhelmed Cosmic Garou, he made a ridiculous feat by sneezing away the entirety of the gas off Jupiter, which is a multiplanetary level of power. One thing I want to make sure to clear up is that Saitama didn't destroy Jupiter itself, he just blew gas at Jupiter. Saitama, after this long fight, defeated Garou, who realized his mistakes and asked Saitama for help. Garou teaches Saitama the ability to time travel, in which Saitama goes back in time and ends the fight before it even began. However, people misunderstood this because of the whole reversal of causality, so let me explain. Causality means the relationship between cause and effect, in which a cause leads to an effect. For example, Garou, who kills Genos, which leads the fight of Saitama and Garou. But since Saitama came back in time and destroyed the cause before that effect can take place, make a chain reaction leading to the reversal of causality. D'ing above causality doesn't make you for D or 5D. It's just a simple rule of cause and effect in which one thing leads to another. Also, does this feat give Saitama immeasurable speed? No, it doesn't, as this is time traveling, not going faster than time. Now to clear some misconceptions. Number 1, Saitama and Garou squared punch. The force of that punch never destroyed any stars or anything, but you can argue that it did. Regardless, the force of that punch will be multi-galaxy level, but again, as I explained, Saitama and Garou don't scales to it. Number 2, Saitama's infinite strength scan. The infinite strength scan is one of the most controversial scan there is. First of all, it's literally talking about potential, not literal strength, as it implies growth, which literally means something increasing in numbers or getting bigger, stronger, faster, and etc. But dismissing all of this and saying it's talking about strength in general, the manga itself contradicts this scan. Like, first off, Saitama admitting he's going all out twice. And second, there is this graph which shows finite jumps. If his strength was truly infinite, those jumps wouldn't exist and the line would have stretched infinitely. Number 3, the virtual genocide simulation scan. First of all, this is in a simulation in which Saitama's previously stored data was as a ghost, which is nowhere near his actual strength. You'll have to prove that the simulation stores the entirety of the person's power, because all Saitama did was use his casual strength and the simulation stored that data. This already contradicts the growing everyday argument. But regarding this, the manga, as I previously mentioned, again contradicts this. Number 4. Saitama's growth after the squared punch would scale him there. No, it won't, as I previously calculated. Saitama only took 18 punches from Cosmic Garou, and I applied it with the times 1.5 multiplier. Saitama only grew from star level to large star level to solar system level. The reason I said solar system level is because I'm considering his growth was much faster than Garou, and at the end, Saitama was bored from the fight at the end, meaning he was at his casual mode again. This was all. Anyway, overall Saitama would scale to solar system level with massively faster than light speed.